Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and it has been roughly 4 weeks since the last video. I think it has been 4 weeks anyway. This video is coming out on a day it should not probably be coming out on Sunday, I think this video is coming out on a Sunday, and things are going to be a little bit confusing here and there, but I am going to try and sort this out so that this is coming back out on a Friday over the next few weeks. But I've just not had a chance to record anything with my steering wheel, so I'm trying to do that today on the day that I'm recording this. And I thought I'd start off with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, last time out I did a journey all the way into Estonia, a little island just off the coast of Estonia. We are in Kardla. I think that is how it's pronounced, Kardla. And I thought that, given that graphics cards recently have been released from AMD, the 9070 XT and the 9070, both of which look pretty good. 9070 perhaps not so much, 9070 XT pretty much pretty good if you can get it at MSRP or somewhere around MSRP, which at the moment you really cannot. But I thought, given that that is what has happened recently, only over the past couple of weeks, taking a truck full of AMD Radeon graphics cards over to Finland, Tampere, I think is how it's pronounced, is what I'm going to be doing. So that is going to be today's job, and whilst I'm at it, I am actually going to talk a little bit about graphics cards, partner boards, AIBs, that is, founders editions of things like NVIDIA or reference cards, as what AMD called them, of which I don't think AMD generally do reference cards anymore. Well, they do, but it is still a partner brand or something like that. And just generally what has happened to the graphics card market, which is just complete insanity in many different ways. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I will also be talking about which graphics card I am planning to get next. In fact, probably an entire machine that I'm planning to do, since my machine will be coming up to 6 years old in a few months. Actually, it'll be coming up to 6 years old. It's over 5 years old. Maybe somewhere 5 to 6 years old is what my machine is, and bits of it are starting to struggle. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. This is apparently fragile, urgent delivery, and high value. I just have to make sure I don't get into an accident. That is all I have to do. Let's get started. Right, I have to, those are the graphics cards right there, but I need to actually get the, I'm actually low on fuel as well. That is going to be interesting. Right, here we go. This is what I need to get. So, let's go ahead and go to the freight market. If this allows me to change, this isn't going to. I was going to say, if this allows me to change what that looks like, that would be interesting. Reverse? Should I just reverse it all the way? Which one's my reverse gear? There it is. I guess I can reverse it all the way. I should probably not do that, to be fair. Let's try and turn this all the way around. There we go. So yes, as I said, I think I'm going to need to fill up fuel. But I'll have a look at that when the time comes. If I find a filling station along the way, I'll fill up some diesel, and that will be that. Right. I think what I need to do is probably should lower the suspension. I've learnt that, apparently, I might be wrong about this, but apparently at a certain speed the suspension just automatically comes back up, and that's what the hissing noise is. Now, I could have taken that Castrol, tanker, but I've decided not to, just simply because I I thought this, this just looks a little bit more like it. Okay, we should probably get underway, although I am trying to find, is it F11 for, no, not F11, what is it for equals, that's it. So what is it for the screenshots? Yep, just a simple screenshots happening today. I'm actually going to just bring the time of day up just a touch so that I can actually show this just a little bit better. And yes, graphics cards. It has been interesting, to say the least, with graphics cards as of late. Nvidia launching what we could perhaps call a paper launch of graphics cards. That's not what I meant to press. That's what I meant to press. A paper launch of graphics cards where you're just unable to buy them because scalpers keep taking them, or the few that are actually in stock are just very quickly taken. So it is quite unfortunate that we are unable to purchase graphics cards. Of course, then AMD came out with the 9070 and 9070 XT, and they did the typical thing that AMD do. AMD have this habit of going, right, what are Nvidia selling things at? They are selling things at, say, I don't know, an MSRP of, should we say $700, let's say? So $700. What should we sell it at? We'll sell it at $650. So they tend to do that, and they did that again in this particular instance. What is the speed limit here? 30. Yes, I am slightly concerned about my fuel, but it will do. So, yes, mild. They did the same thing. I was going to talk about my fuel again. No, they did the same thing as they normally do. Although, that being said, it wasn't so bad because, honestly, there goes the suspension. Honestly, it was a lot better. The 9070 XT was a pretty good graphics card. Is a pretty good graphics card. I'm actually considering getting it now. For some reason, AMD have decided they do not want to be part of the upper end market, the high end market. So something where the 5080 and the 5090 live. I say the 5090. The 5090 is an impossible card, nearly at 3,000. But I would have thought that AMD would have wanted to try and do something to perhaps combat the 5080, but they haven't. Now, I think they might. I honestly think that they might actually end up doing something like maybe, what would they call it? The 9070 XTX? Is that what they would end up calling it? Most likely. I think we can switch our lights off now. Actually, I'll just leave side lights on. So perhaps they could do that. I'm not entirely certain, but at least for now, it doesn't seem to be the case. The 9070 XT does look very promising. As I said, that is the graphics card that I might be looking at going for. Aha, fuel. This is a good thing. I need to do this. Excellent. There we are. Great. But the problem is actually getting the graphics cards. They are out of stock everywhere, and I know America has had it fairly bad, but over here in Europe, across all of Europe, including the United Kingdom, it is just really poor. I think over here in the UK, I've looked at a few websites, and there just hasn't been there's no stock. It just keeps saying out of stock. At one point I did see stock on Amazon at the very least, but that stock was, it was what I think they were trying to, somebody was trying to sell 9070s, a 9070 for the price of a 9070 XT. That's how bad it was. And I'm talking about not the MSRP prices. It's my right of way. Yep, I saw the giveaway lines on their side. Not the MSRP prices, but whatever the inflated prices are. And for some reason in the United Kingdom, actually, it's not for some reason. It's probably to do with the fact that Brexit occurred and taxes and all of that kind of stuff. But in the United Kingdom, whatever graphics card prices are in dollars, they just remove the dollar and put the pound on instead, which is really unfair. So if a graphics card was $600, it's £600. That is just what it is going to end up being, which, yes, as I said, really not fair at all. But it is what it is, unfortunately. But yes, so no availability. Now, Overclockers, which is a well-known UK stockist and PC builder, they had, I think the XFS Mercury was the only graphics card they had available for AMD, and that was a 9070 XT, and that was some 800 and something pounds. And in terms of NVIDIA graphics cards, there were no 9070s, no 5070s. Thank you, AMD, for doing that. You've gone ahead and just made things a little bit more confusing. But there were no 5070s, there were no 5070 Ti's, there were no 5080s, there were a few. Were there any 5090s? I think there were no 5090s as well. It's just everything is out of stock. So I have to wait for prices to settle, and I do recommend everybody does wait for prices to settle. I'm fairly sure that they will, at least for AMD. Not entirely sure if they will for NVIDIA. But they should. They should for AMD at the very least. Because AMD generally, I believe the prices go down for AMD a little bit faster than they do for... I was expecting them to go a lot faster than they did. To go down for AMD a little bit faster than they do for NVIDIA. And certainly the AMD markup from MSRP is not anywhere near as bad as NVIDIA's, where 5070 Ti's are going for, I think, 1,000, something like that. What is going on over there? Yes, 5070 Ti's are going for £1,000 at the very least, which is no good. Whilst the AMD Radeon 9070 XTs are going for about 800, which again is not a good price. 850 pounds. It is not a good price. If there were, so they're supposed to be 600. What were they supposed to be? I'm trying to remember now. I think with the MSRP having been just pointless, I cannot remember what the actual price of it was supposed to be. Was it 650? Was it 650 that it was supposed to be? I'm not entirely certain. I'm going to say 650, but it might have been 600. But let's say 650. So I would expect it to be, say, £650, because that is what happens. AIB partner model, let's say, forget the XFX Mercury. I think that is, they look decent, but I think looking at temperatures and everything of those, perhaps not quite worth it overall. Oh, well, fine. So maybe something like the Sapphire Nitro X. That's a fairly high-end AIB card. I think the lower end is the Pulse. So let's go for the Nitro X, Nitro Plus. That's what it's called. So we'll go for the Nitro Plus. We'll say that I think I saw the cheapest I could see of the Nitro Plus was 700. I'm just trying to remember. Oh dear. So I was driving a car today that has an automatic handbrake release, and I've just done that. $700, and I think 750 is what I could see it at. And really, if it's supposed to be 650, I would expect a £50 markup. So say 700. Now, because these roundabouts do not work the way... What on earth? Eddie Stylebot count for today, 1. There's a reason why I stuck the my lorry in the middle. It didn't work. Tallinn discovered. Okay, lovely. But yes, what was I saying? I expected it to be perhaps £700. I think I saw a whole bunch going for 800, perhaps a little bit more than £800. Oh, I need to turn off. Right, that is not going to be a good thing. Where do I need to turn off though? I'm thinking about what to do here. I'm looking for the indicators on these. Are you indicating? No. You're going straight. Are you indicating? No. Okay, so I want to creep in to this gap. That is actually being made. There we go. I mean, to be fair, I did have to push just a little. Right, whilst we're stuck in traffic, let me just have a look at the 9078 hand we're moving. Okay. So if I just search up 9070 XT. What is the flashing green light for? Okay, well, we'll stop. Oh, that's nice. Flashing green lights. That must mean that the traffic light is about to change. That's pretty cool. 9070 XT. Let's have a look at the prices right now, as of today, when I'm recording. So, prices have gone down. $699 for the XFX Mercury, $695 for... Well, I have to go now. Okay, that's pretty good, although they are all out of stock. That being said, I've just had a look at what it's saying on eBay, and on eBay, they're trying to sell these for £1,500. Scalpers, that is. Do not ever buy from a scalper. Just do not ever buy from a scalper. I'll see if I can check out the 50/70 prices soon. Do I just follow this road around? I think I do. I'll just follow this around. Wonder why that road was not... You're turning off. Wonder why that road was not modelled. It's there, why is it not accessible? In fact, why are a number of these not accessible? Right, up to, well, another red light so I can have a look at the graphics card prices again. It's going to change, isn't it? What else do we have? Yes, so people are trying to sell these at £1,000 plus, £1,500, £1,065, £1,500. It is really bad. £900, £1,400 for an ASRock one. Oh no, wait, that is a XTX. And then somebody's trying to sell it for, and this is just a crazy price, £5,000. I'm not sure which numpty thinks they're going to get £5,000 for a graphics card, and I most certainly hope nobody buys that. I certainly hope nobody buys that graphics card for that sort of price. Now, overclockers, I believe, had a lot of the stock in the UK, so that the other places really did not. The brakes on this, I need to change the brake setting on this truck. Let me have a look at what else we've got. Gigabytes for £760. ASRock 79, that's 7900, that's not what I'm after. And yep, that's it. That is all we have. There really isn't anything else. No, let me see if I can find some plus cards or anything. Obviously I'm driving, so I cannot really do this that well. Here we go, Overclockers UK. It's a decent place. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Sapphire Nitro is up to £719. I'm just going to check what the MSRP was supposed to be for. Just going to check what the MSRP was supposed to be for this graphics card, because I think I might have it wrong. I think the MSRP was supposed to be 600. So 9070 XT MSRP is, come on, what is the MSRP? And apparently there was this rumour about the MSRP being only for the first batch or something. Now AMD have said that this is not the case, so I'm not sure exactly where this rumour came from, but apparently there was something about MSRP and the batch only being available for one batch. I cannot find the MSRP price for these things anymore. Why? Where have the MSRP prices gone? Here we go. 549 and 599, so it was 600. So we're looking at, say, £600, which again, as I said, it's just annoying that in the UK this is a thing that happens. But say £600, so we're getting the markup is incredibly large for some reason. Just popping from dock to dock we are. This is nice. I think what I'll do is stop here and take a picture. Actually, no, I won't take a picture here. I'll actually go here. And how do I get into this place? Take a picture here. Nope, that's a bad spot for a picture. Maybe here? That could be a better spot. Oops, come on. Yep, that's probably a little bit better. Okay, just a simple picture for the thumbnail. Right, in fact, give it a bit of blur at the back. There we go. Okay. But I think I have to go all the way around here to get in. It certainly looks like it. Very nice port. Okay, and now where do I go? Straight through here, and then where? I'll creep through this area where I'm not supposed to be creeping through. Ah, that looks like a way onto the boat. I certainly hope this is a way onto the boat. It is. Good. Excellent. Go ahead and over to Helsinki. Right, and off we trot. So yes, graphics card prices all over the place. Unfortunately, making it very, very difficult to... Right, which way am I going? I think I've got to turn in. Here we go. Oh, this is a lovely port. Making it very difficult to purchase, and even when you can, they're all out of stock. As I just pointed out, Overclocker's website, which is one of the biggest stockists, as I've mentioned, in the UK, and they have nothing. They literally have nothing. I think they are expecting more, and similarly with the Nvidia cards, they also have barely anything. I'll see if I can check the Nvidia cards there, but those prices that people are trying to sell these things at on eBay, it's just really, really silly. And I want to know how these scalpers got it. I'm assuming they just have screen scrapers that they're using very quickly, programmed up to just purchase to just purchase a product. That is the only thing I can think of. Why is it stalled? Am I in the wrong gear? Probably. I am not very good at driving. 4 weeks of not driving lorries, I think you can tell. Somebody told me that across Europe, this is the rule. The right of way is for... I can get in front of that. The right of way, you have to give way on the roundabout itself, which to me just seems so strange. That just does not work for a roundabout, in my opinion, in the slightest. That does not work in the slightest for a roundabout. Giving way to whilst you're on the roundabout. That thing is flashing 55 at me. I'm certainly not doing 55. I think I should be in this lane, but I'm not. Yes, I should be in this lane. Because I am turning off. So does the tram go? Do I go? Well, what happens here? Right, well, we are at a red light, so I guess I can check out whether... Let's see. Try and see whether there are any 5070s in stock. Yes, yes, verify that I'm human. Something I can struggle with. Apparently the tram is not going to move. Apparently. All out of stock. Is there even a single one in stock? Now, surprisingly, the Gigabyte one is 659, which is not too bad. And, oh, the tram actually has an S, okay. So that is the tram light. That one over there is my light. Let's go ahead and look for perhaps the 9070, see if that is available. Let's search. 9070. The 9070 is in stock. You're supposed to go. Why are you not going? I have no idea. That was a little confusing. Just a little. I need to focus on my driving here. Up we go. Oh, this is not joining some sort of motorway. Okay, that is fine. Absolutely fine. And I can stop here. I'm really getting stuck at all these traffic lights, aren't I? Right. Back to these. So we do have 9070s in stock, and all the 9070s are higher in price, even if you were to count just pounds, £600. They're all more expensive than the 9070 XT's MSRP. So that is quite silly. Let's have a look if there are any 5070s in stock. There are some 5070s in stock. The 5070s, 5070 Ti's are looking to be about £1,000. That is, so you're looking at, yes, it is better performance by what, 10% roughly? I think it's about 10% better performance, but you're paying, even with the inflated price of the 9070 XT, in the UK you're looking at paying some £200 more at the moment, £250 more, which is ridiculous. That's 25% more, 25% more for 10% better performance, or 13% better performance if I remember my specs correctly. I do not think that can be justified. And in any case, all of this is very expensive for graphics cards, full stop. Why are these graphics cards so expensive? That is a really high price. Personally, as I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for a while because I just cannot justify spending that sort of money. To be fair, looking at these prices from where they were last week when I last checked them, those are the prices I was speaking about earlier. These prices have come down. They were about £50–100 more than what they currently are. So in that is a really good thing. But still, it's quite a lot. And then if you consider what CPU prices, which actually are not, I'll say that CPU prices are not horrendous. I think that they are okay. Motherboard prices, on the other hand, are just really stupid. Really stupid. And unfortunately, if you want to build a PC, what they have done is they have pushed motherboard prices up so much that you end up with, to get the features that you could get maybe 10 years ago on a motherboard, you have to spend much more, which is just silly. Because what they've done is they add all of these unnecessary features alongside the features you want. And then you just think, well, what's the point of that? Which way am I going? It's telling me to stay in this lane, so that is what I'm going to do. Ah yeah, down by there. Here we go. Oh, come on. So we should be at our destination pretty soon, as the sun goes down. Haven't managed to damage anything yet, which is good. Not too bad. Couple of stalls, couple of mistakes, but overall not too bad at all. He says as he immediately crashed into something. Now I'll be honest, I did not see that car at all. I looked in the mirror, I did not see that car. I'm going to have to go back in the footage. That probably was my fault, unless the car came across. I really do not know. The only other thing I can think of is the car was right down. I didn't look in that mirror. So, just as I said that, I cursed myself. There's the curse of the commentator in full effect. So when driving lorries, check 1 mirror, 2 mirrors, 3 mirrors, 4 mirrors. I need to try this in VR. I really do need to try this in VR. I think it could be quite good. But I think with ETS2, to play it in VR, you do not need that great a graphics card, I'll be honest. I think you could do it fairly easily. But I think you have to install a completely different version of the game. Something like that. And I'm a little concerned that, should I do that, I'll run into some trouble. And I might mess up my saves or everything like that. So that is why I'm a little cautious about trying it. Might as well go into a high gear. This area looks fairly flat. Should we have a look at what other sort of prices we're looking at? 5070, 629. So about the same price as a 9070, but I think the 9070 is better. And that is it. Okay, there is not much in the way of stock. 5070 Ti out of stock. Yep. 5070 Ti out of stock. 5070 Ti out of stock. 5070 Ti out of stock. 5070 Ti out of stock, and these are all around the £850 to £1,000 mark at the moment. 5070, £700. So yes, they're 5070 Ti again out of stock. So the cheapest, I think the cheapest 9070 is about the same as... Sorry, the cheapest 9070 is around the same price as a 5070, but better. Or is the 5070 better? Now, again, this is... Or, again, no, I'm going to point this out. This is not consumer advice. I'm literally just rambling about graphics cards here from the things that I've seen over the past couple of weeks. Kind of want to take... no. Because this person is not doing 50. This seems to be something that happens on the roads a lot more now. People just do not do speed limits. And it's fine if, you know, it's a little... If it's busy, down by there, straight ahead. Great. I hear an aeroplane. No, it could be a turbo... No, that's an aeroplane. I hear an aeroplane. So yes, this is not consumer advice, Ikea, that's great. That's very important, we must know that all the time. But this is just some of the things that I have seen and some of the things I have had to think about. Right, hang on a minute, this is telling me to turn off. But oh, we have to turn off, okay. It's because we're almost at our destination. I'm not sure okay, well, indicated, so I'm going to do the same. Just let the lorry coast. 30. This is I mean, I guess the lorry in front is doing 30. Why are you braking? That is another thing they do. It's as if Euro Truck Simulator 2 knows exactly what people do in real life. So yes, my next machine, just to talk a little bit about that, I suppose, my next machine is going to be well, I'm planning on it being an AMD machine. First time I will have built an AMD machine since, oh, when was the last time I did that? 2007? 2008? Yes, I think since then, that was the last AMD machine that was built. Since then, I've had laptops, I had laptops for about 10 years. 10 years? Yes, I had laptops for about 10 years, then I purchased a second-hand machine which was Intel, and then I built this machine that I'm currently on. So yes, this will be my first AMD machine since 2008, although obviously the machine was still used for a while. So it is going to be interesting. But I'm planning to do an AMD machine because it just seems like AMD have got things, I'd say not right, but better than Intel and Nvidia when it comes to both CPU and graphics. So I'm planning to get, if the prices all work out decently, that is, I'm planning to get the 9800 X3D, the 9800 X3D, and the 9070 XT. Now the problem I have is trying to work out what costs are justified, because as I said, the last time I built a PC was 5 or 6 years ago. Since it was 5 or 6 years ago, that means that the train's gone. Since it was 5 or 6 years ago, things have changed a lot. And I do mean a lot. I say the train's gone, no, it's right there. I want to see how long this train is. Well, it wasn't. So I did add a mod that's supposed to make the trains the right length, but apparently that doesn't work, annoyingly. Okay, let's go ahead and drop this cargo off. There we go. It's going to have damage, isn't it? Excellent. No damage. Alright, does that take me up to level 30? It does. Right, current company job offers. Let's have a look. Oh, I have to grab this. I don't particularly like the just-in-time one. I'll take long distance because maybe I can start doing some long-distance journeys over multiple videos or something like that. Ooh, That looks really good. It's going all the way up to somewhere in Russia? I have no idea. Or that to Stockholm, which I've done. Lithuania? That would be an interesting one. Straight through Latvia, over to Lithuania. That could be interesting. Or been to Karlstad, right? Yes, I have. Right, well, I'm going to have a look around. And hopefully the ramble wasn't too rambly about graphics cards and all of that kind of stuff. But yes, it just is a bit of a faff. But trying to find things the right price, and even knowing what the right prices now are, is difficult for somebody who built a machine some years ago now and has not really kept up with the pricing. All I know is that things are far more expensive than they're supposed to be. A lot of reviewers say that. You can clearly see how the markups have changed for graphics cards. What you used to be able to get a top-end AIB version of a graphics card for perhaps 10-15% more than what you would get, what the standard Founders Edition card or reference card would be. And now you're looking at, well, I've just seen some of those prices. You're looking at 30-40% more in some cases. It is really crazy. So I have to be very careful. But that is that. What I'm going to do is have a look around and see what I can take next. It may have to be, I suppose I need to get out of this freight market. There we go, that's what I needed to do, because it's just giving me the wrong thing. I'll see what I can take next out of here. Oh, actually, there's quite a few things. We could go somewhere else in Finland. That wouldn't be too bad. Just go somewhere else in Finland, just start unlocking some of these areas. Down to Poland, that's pretty long. Across to Stockholm, I kind of don't want to do. Lithuania, perhaps. All the way across to Norway, that would be interesting, but I've done a lot of those roads. Whoops. I mean, these are great. If there were any nearby, I could jump to that area, but I think maybe that one will be a good one to take in the next video. So that is probably what I will do. Won't be talking about graphics card next time. Just be talking about, well, let's just talk about Euro Truck Simulator 2. In fact, that is what I'm going to do, because this title has been going on for a long time. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think, any suggestions you might have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. I'm just having a look around to see where I need to go. If it is, I'm picking it up from over there. Where's IKEA? There it is. That's really important, especially for somebody who has a lot of IKEA stuff in his room. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Euro Truck Simulator 2, where, as I said, I will probably be taking... Oh, come on, load. There we go. That job, empty pallets, over to a place that I will, before the next episode, learn how to pronounce. That being said, this is also going to be a night drive, so maybe might sleep. Don't know. Although I could take it, make it, sleep, and then pick something up. Might do that. I'll see. I will see you next time.